Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. We ain't afraid of no ghosts. Alright, let's get started. Ghosts Ahoy! For this quest, you're going to need level 25 agility and level 20 cooking, as well as a combat level high enough to defeat a level 32 enemy. You also need to have completed the Restless Ghost and Priest in Peril quests. If you haven't, I conveniently have links to the quest guides right here. If you got all those requirements, let's move on to the items, cause there are a ton. The 7 bones are optional, but if you have some spares just laying around in your bank, go ahead and bring them. If not, we can kill some chickens on the way. You will need 7 buckets, 7 pots, your Ghost Speak amulet that we got in the Restless Ghost quest. If you've misplaced it, you can get another one from Father Ernie in Lumbridge. Some close-fingered gloves, leather gloves work fine, some logs, a tinder box, a bowl of water, a bucket of milk, an oak longbow, silk, a needle, thread, a knife, 3 of each blue, red, and yellow dye, which can be obtained from Aggie the Witch in Draenor, a spade, and probably around 400 coins. Don't try and cram it all in your inventory. We'll bank a few times along the way, and I'll tell you what we need as we go along. Now, the quest doesn't officially start in Canifis, but it's easier to just start at the bank there and grab the stuff we need. You can teleport to Varrock and then run east along the path, then down through the mausoleum and out past Drezel to get to Canifis. Once you get to the bank, get your 7 buckets and 7 pots, 7 bones if you have them, or a weapon to kill some chickens, and your Ghost Speak amulet. I would recommend just keeping your Ghost Speak amulet on this whole quest because we're going to be talking to a lot of ghosts. Once you have all that, head along the path leading north out of Canifis, and then heading east. Keep to the path or the vampires in the haunted woods will attack you. As you run east, you will pass a farm with several undead chickens. If you don't have any bones, quickly kill 7 of them and pick up the bones. Shouldn't take too long, they're only level 1. Okay, once you have the bones, enter the weird building with the glowing slime thing. This is the Ectofunctus, which is the source of power for Port Phasmatiz. To enter the city, we need Ecto tokens, which are obtained by worshipping the Ectofunctus. To do that, go up these stairs, and we first need to grind up the bones, which we do by right-clicking on the bones and then using them on the bone grinder. Make sure to right-click so you don't, just bury them. Your character will automatically keep grinding until all the bones in the inventory have been ground up. Next, go back downstairs and then run to the trapdoor to the west and go down it. Now, unless you have level 58 agility for the shortcut, you have to run all the way around the dungeon, which is kind of annoying. Run to the east and go down a floor, then to the west and go down a floor, and then, you guessed it, back around to the east and go down one more floor to get to, a slime pit. Use your buckets on the slime pit to fill them up with slime, and then head back out the way we came, to the main floor of the building. With our bones ground and our slime slopped, we can worship the Ectofunctus, which actually gives you 4 times the regular prayer experience that you would regularly get by burying the bones. Just click on the Ectofunctus to worship it. Next, talk to one of the ghost disciples nearby and they will give you some Ecto tokens, which is the currency of Phasmatiz. If they say something like, "Woo woo," then you aren't wearing your Ghost Speak amulet. Now exit the building to the south and click on the green energy barrier blocking the path. A ghost guard will tell you that there's a toll charge of 2 Ecto tokens to enter the city. Pay the guard and then pass through the barrier. Run east, and inside the house you'll find a ghost named Valerina, who is, finally, the official quest initiator. She'll start the conversation with a light-hearted plea to release her from the crushing grasp of eternity. Whatever happened to hello? Ask her why. What's the matter? 'Cause we ain't afraid of no ghost. Oh, she wasn't meaning to start the conversation that way, just wailing. Must be a ghost thing. Ask about the history of her town, and she'll explain that many years ago vampires were tormenting the city, and a guy named Necrovarus came along and said he would repel the vampires by building the Ectofunctus. While it worked really well at keeping the vampires out, it also had the slight downside of feeding off their life energy and keeping them trapped in the living world forever. Apparently Necrovarus is behind all of it and refuses to let the ghost people leave. Agree to help Valerina, and her first idea is to have an outsider try and talk some sense into Necrovarus. He hangs out at the Ectofunctus, so exit through the barrier and then go talk to him. He doesn't turn out to be very open to that plan because he threatens to incinerate the flesh from your bones. Okay, we need a plan B, so pay the toll and go back through the barrier to talk to Valerina again. She says she once had a friend that fled the city before Necrovarius came into power, and she might be able to help. Ask where she can be found, and Valerina will tell you about a shack near the sea. Alright, we can work with that. Go bank in the southeast of Phasmatiz, and store all your pots and buckets, and withdraw a tinderbox, logs, bowl of water, bucket of milk, and your gloves if you aren't already wearing them. Keep your Ghost Speak amulet on, and keep the Ecto tokens. We'll need them later. Exit the city and run west along the path back to Canifis. When you see Mazchina, the Demon Slayer trainer guy, leave the path and go a few steps to the east. There'll be a patch of nettles. Make sure you're wearing your gloves, and then pick a few. Once you have your nettles, run to the small shack north of Canifis and just east of the Slayer Tower. Just follow along with me. Oops, door's on this side. Go in and talk to her, and she'll say she can't remember anything. However, a hot cup of nettle tea might jog her memory. Head outside the shack. We need to build a fire. First, add the nettles to your bowl of water to get nettle water. Then light the logs and make sure to right-click on the nettles to use them on the fire and not drink it. Talk to the old woman again and you'll offer her the nettle tea, but she only drinks from her special cup. Carefully right-click the tea to use it and transfer it to the special cup. Talk to her again, but it still won't be right. She wants milk in her tea. So use your bucket of milk on the tea in the special cup and talk to her again. This time she'll finally drink it and remember about Necrovarius. She'll tell us about an enchantment she can give your Ghost Speak amulet to force a ghost to obey your commands. She needs 3 things to perform the enchantment: Necrovarius's magical robes, a book from a sorcerer named Harry Canto, and a translation guide for Harry Canto's book. And before you leave, ask her, is there anything I can do for you? She'll tell you she lost touch with her son and then give you his toy boat. Next, head to Canifis to bank. Withdraw a silk, thread, needle, and knife, your 3 of each color die, a spade, and armor, weapon, and food for a battle. Keep your Ghost Speak amulet, model ship, and ecto tokens. Now if you click on the toy boat, you can repair it with the materials you have. Now head out of Canifis and to the area circled on the map, just north of the farming patch. There will be a shipwreck. Walk on board and climb up the ladder, and then climb up the ladder to the east, southeast. Apparently that stumpy thing is a mast, and we need to identify the 3 colors of the flag, which are different for each person. When you click Search Mast, you will either get a message that the wind is blowing too fast to make out any colors, or you will get a message about a flag section and color. Remember the section and keep the corresponding color or write it down. Keep searching until you know the color of the top half, bottom half, and skull emblem. Now we need to dye the flag of the toy boat to match. If you need green, purple, or orange dye, you'll need to mix the 2 primary colors to get the dye you need. Once you know the flag colors and have mixed all the necessary dyes, click on the color of dye you want to use and then use it on the toy ship. You can then pick if you want to use it on the top half, bottom half, or skull emblem. In my case, the bottom half of the flag is purple, the top half is red, and the skull's yellow. You'll probably end up with some extra dye, that's okay. Once the toy boat is dyed, go down the ladder and then through the door to talk to the old man. Ask him, is this your toy boat? And he'll say it is, because he is the son of the old woman we gave the nettle tea to. The old man will be so pleased with this news that he'll give us a key that we can use on the chest to find a map piece. Next, go to the east side of the ship and cross the small gangplank leading to the north. Follow the path shown on the minimap to cross all of the rocks. Each jump will cost you 5% of your run energy. Man, those falls are so dramatic. Once you reach the end, there will be a second chest with a second piece of the map. Then turn around and return back over the rocks. When you get back to the ship, climb down the ladder and start searching the chests. You'll find one that has a level 32 giant lobster that will jump out and attack you. Kill it, and then search the chest to find the last map scrap. Use the map pieces on each other and it will make a treasure map. If you read it, it says we have to go to Dragon Tooth Island. To get there, we need to visit the Port Phasmatiz docks. Pay your toll to enter the city and then go down the docks to the area circled. Make sure you have your spade, treasure map, and at least 25 ecto tokens. Then talk to the ghost captain and ask him to take you to Dragon Tooth Island. The trip will cost you 25 ecto tokens. When you reach the island, there will be an X marked with rocks on the ground, and that's the treasure map starting point. You'll see there are directions on how many squares to travel marked on the map. You can either count them out like me, or just watch where I end up and dig there. It's the same spot for everyone. And we will find the Book of Harry Kanto. Okay, cool. Take the boat back to the mainland. Bank everything except for the Book of Harry Kanto, 400 coins, an oak longbow, and your ecto tokens. Next, run to the northeast to find a guy named Ak Hanaru. He's dressed in red. Your character will ask about a translation manual, and Ak will say he'll give it to you in exchange for an oak longbow signed by his favorite archer, Robin Hood, who's staying at the inn. Run around to the entrance of the inn, where you'll find Robin. He'll say he doesn't do autographs, but he does want to play a game called Rune Draw with you. Agree to play with him and he'll take 25 coins. The game is pretty simple. Just keep clicking draw until someone gets a death rune. First person to get a death rune loses. Keep playing until you beat him 4 times, and then instead of paying you your winnings, he'll agree to sign your bow. Take the longbow to Ak Hanaru and he'll give you the translation manual. Okay, now we just need the magical robes. Now while you're here, run down the docks to find a trader crew member and trade him some of your remaining coins for a bucket of slime. Now go back to the inn and talk to the ghost innkeeper. Ask him, do you have any jobs I can do? He'll say Robin needs some new sheets and say, yes, I'd be delighted, and the innkeeper will give you some sheets. Next, use the bucket of slime on the sheets. Now exit the inn and go to the main square where you see some sort of protest going on. Talk to the ghost named Gravingas, he's the one with the sign, and he'll give you a petition about ghosts against Necrovirus. Because ghosts tend to be suspicious of the living, we need an ingenious disguise to trick them into thinking we are also a ghost. So click on the bed sheet to wear it. Now we have to get 10 signatures. You can get them by talking to the same 3 ghost villagers in the square, as long as you don't talk to the same one twice in a row. Sometimes they'll want ecto tokens in exchange for a signature, but just ignore them and talk to the next one. Once you get your 10 signatures, talk to Gravingas, and he'll tell you to show it to Necrovirus. Exit through the barrier. Oh, we have to take off our ghost costume. And into the Ectofunctus to talk to Necrovirus. He'll be furious, but in his anger he'll drop a key. I don't understand, if he's a ghost, how does he have a solid key? Anyway, pick up the key and run upstairs and around to the little room in the south. Click on the door and a ghost disciple will tell you that none are allowed to enter Necrovirus's room. But I ain't afraid of no ghost. So open it up and search the coffin, and you'll see the magic robes we need to complete the old Crones enchantment. Okay, we're almost done. Head back to the old Crones House, north of Canifis. Make sure you have the Book of Harry Kanto, translation manual, and magic robes. She'll take the 3 items and enchant your amulet using the Runescape dance. With your special enchanted amulet, head back to the Ectofunctus one last time to confront Necrovarus. You can force him to dance or tell you a joke if you want, but eventually you're going to want to tell him to let the ghost pass into the next world. He'll struggle to get the words out, but eventually he'll say it. Now we just need to talk to Valerina and tell her the good news to finish the quest. We're a friend of the ghost now, so we don't have to pay to enter the city anymore. That's great. That's really nice. Find Valerina and she'll give you the Ectophial as a thank you present. The Ectophial is a one-click reusable transport to the Ectofunctus. And quest finished. If you want an extra Ectophial, just ask Valerina for another. Does anyone else kind of want some Chips Ahoy now? Hey there, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please give me a like. If you have any comments or suggestions, please leave them for me below. I'll read them. And if you're going to be doing any more quests in the future, you might want to think about subscribing.